Hello, okay, van security. Somebody wanted me to do this video. I can't remember who, but they wanted me to do a video about van security. I think I've done this video before, but I don't think I've titled it like this. Okay, in America, I don't think it's an issue. Just, I guess, don't go to like a bad neighborhood. And I guess you can tell what a bad neighborhood is just by looking at the houses around or whatever. But just, I have my bike. I have my bike locked with a really nice lock. If somebody jumps up there, I just jump in my car and drive away. I have my doors locked. I have my windows shut at all times. I don't open my windows. I do have a ventilation, that little guy up there. I can open that for air ventilation. I have mace, and this can help if somebody wants to get, like, if worse comes to worse and people like throw like rock through my windshield and they want to like steal my car with me in it, I could mace them. This stuff helps. Maybe I'll buy two and be like, wow, whoosh, whoosh. I don't think that happened though. This is America. America's pretty safe. I do have a tracker, a GPS tracker. It's not functional though. I need to call those guys and see what's going down. Probably maybe the battery died or something. It's connected directly to my battery. And I do have another one. Maybe I'll activate both of them. That'll be good. But then I have to charge one every 4 days. This one's connected directly to my battery. So I know where it is, which direction it's going, how fast it's going. It's only $60 a year for the membership. You just text IR and then the phone number for it. And it tells you where it is. And that's essential. I think whether you live in your car or not, you need to have one of those. Yeah, I don't. As far as technique for living in your van and not causing attention or whatever, don't ever park in front of somebody's house. I would never do that. Park directly in front of somebody's house. If I had a house and I saw somebody parked in front of my house and their curtains were drawn, and there was a van and I thought somebody was living there, I'd be a little bit offended. And if they did it 2 days in a row, I'd be really offended. I'd probably say something. And there's no need for it. There's always places to go, to live, to park your car. I mean, right now, you just drive a few extra blocks. You could go into a Denny's parking lot, a 24-hour Walgreens parking lot. Don't tell them, though. Don't be like, oh, is it okay if I park here? They don't care. They're just employees, and it's better that they don't know, because then they're just going to get paranoid. They'll think they'll feel like it's their responsibility because you told them, and now they know, and they could get in trouble, you know. And you know, I could give you examples. Like I told this lady at a Denny's in Tucson that I did it once, and then I asked the other dude later, and he's like, no, and then they kicked me out the next time I was in there. Not because I was even planning on sleeping there, but they said I smelled bad, which is probably true. And then, let's see, another time, well, I told this other kid that I was drinking in his parking lot, but this is like a young kid. If it's like a male who's like in the teens, early 20s, they don't give a fuck. They'll think you're fucking cool. I know there was another example, but I can't remember. Yeah, and if anybody asks you to leave or tells you that they're uncomfortable, then leave, obviously. I got a note on the parking lot of I was sleeping in the library parking lot because I saw this huge ass RV that it looked like they were parking there overnight. So I was like, well, if they're doing it, I'm going to do it. And but it was also the parking lot of the cop station. And one day I got a note on the front of my car saying, did you know it's illegal to camp here? And so I went to the cop station. The cop's like, oh, don't worry about it. If you don't know who it was and they didn't identify themselves, don't worry about it. But then I stayed there another couple nights. This other cop, he's like, hey, man. I was like, yeah, but the other cop said I could. He's like, well, it wasn't me. If I get you here again, I'm going to arrest you. I was like, all right, fine. And but I guess that was kind of a sketchy place, Tucson, I guess, because all the Mexicans, they had said they had the #1 burglary rate in America there and stuff, and #1 carjacking and stuff. So I saw the how to prevent carjacking pamphlets there. So yeah, that wasn't a good idea. But there's plenty of other places to camp. If you're going to be anywhere near houses, don't camp in the same place too many days in a row. I was like in one place. It was pretty much, I guess, what you could call right in front of somebody's house, but it was like a couple 100 meters away, or maybe about 100 meters away, or a little bit more. It was close enough to use their internet, but yeah, I got wasted there one night, and I caused up a ruckus. I was like screaming at the top of my lungs. It was those videos, the drunken videos of 12 beers that I uploaded on YouTube. 3 of them got yanked. And the next day, the cop came, and he's like, yeah, I got complaints about you. And he's like, oh, it's legal to be here, so don't worry about it. So I was like, all right. But then the next day, another cop came, and he's like, yeah, it's legal to be here, but you might want to leave anyways just to make the people happy. So that's what I did. You know, if they complain, then leave. When I was in Bellingham, they called the cops on me a couple weeks ago because they thought I was doing drugs back here. And I was like, nah, just kicking it, living in my van. He's like, oh, cool. Yeah, he said I could live in one place for 24 hours, have my car parked in one place for 24 hours. So I don't know if it's the same anywhere you go. I'm going to call the cop station one of these days and see if I could score myself an interview with a cop and ask these specific questions, you know, like if you can drink in your car with your car running, because sometimes I have my car running to charge up the battery, or if you can drink in your car without the car running, and what the laws for that is. And if the laws are the same, parking 24 hours in the same place. But just keep it moving, man. Just move around, keep it moving. And if something happens, I'll let you know. But just common sense, you know, don't park in front of somebody's house mainly. You could park in like hotel places, you know, if you don't see a security guard. I was about to camp in a hotel parking lot one night, but the security guy was like, nope, you can't do it. So, but he's like, go right there. That building's abandoned right now. For the most part in America, if people find out you're sleeping in your car, they actually think it's a cool idea. They like it. Canadians don't like it. They won't let you in Canada if they know you live in your van, because I tried to get in twice. Yeah, basically that's that. Not a biggie, man. Not a biggie as far as security goes. As far as drawing attention, I don't have this light on at all, ever. I have it on now because I'm making my video and I'm not, you know, but you can't tell that the light's on with my curtains and my tinted windows on that side, but you can right next to the window here. So if somebody were to ride by, they'd know somebody's in here with all the curtains drawn and stuff. So at night when I'm like kicking it or whatever, I just have my light on, and it's enough light, and I have that off. And you know, I can have this on. Besides, if I have that light on too long, I don't know how long it can be on, but if I have it on too long, it'll keep the car from starting. It'll kill the battery charge. So I can, be down here in my computer and stuff all night with that turned off and be fine. And that's about security wise. Just don't go to bad neighborhoods, I guess, because there are bad neighborhoods in America. But, you know, I think it's pretty obvious if you go to a bad neighborhood what it looks like, you know. So that is my video, security.